Row in Nashville, Tennessee. I've got the ASCAP building right there. I got Sony Music Publishing right here. I'm sitting outside. We've got a break in the weather. We don't have great light here. So the locations here they are what they are. But I wanted to make sure that I kept my promise, kept my schedule. And I'm here live with you tonight from Music City. I see we have Paul here, our moderator. Let's get those thumbs up. Dave, what's up, brother? Let's try to get this thing rocking. And hopefully the weather will stick with us. You know, it's not the most, hey, Leah, what's happening? I'm here on Music Row in Nashville. We got Guitar Red here. And like I said, man, Sony Music Publishing right there. ASCAP right there. So, man, Rhonda, how you doing? I'm back here in the Music City. And this is our last night here. We have to head back in the morning. But it's been a good trip. Got to spend a lot of time with my dad. Now, look, just down the road here is RCA Studio B. That's where Elvis recorded Heartbreak Hotel. I almost thought about going down there and broadcasting from the steps where Elvis would have walked in to do that Heartbreak Hotel session. But you know what? I'm right here. We got Sony. We got, now how's the sound? Everybody hear everything okay? I know we got some traffic going in the distance, but man, I'm right here on Music Row. Now, here's the cool thing, man. I did a bunch of footage while I'm here. I did an entire walk of Music Row from this end all the way down to the end, Music Square West, all the way back around the other way. Earl, what's happening, brother? And so that's coming to the channel, a complete stroll down Music Row in Nashville. So look for that. It took 40 minutes to walk the whole thing. So that's coming up on the channel. And lots of footage from Nashville and a special message to P-Funk from my dad. And lots of cool stuff. Man, I got to get back to Nashville and then edit everything and put it all together, try to get it out this week. Hopefully, maybe even Monday morning, but I don't know, man. Tomorrow is Father's Day, so we might just do the Father's Day stuff. Are you going to get some of that good old hot Nashville chicken? Earl, I have not had hot chicken since I've been here, but we've had some great food while we were here, and we went down to Miranda Lambert's and had dinner just a little while ago. And so we saw the madness that is downtown Nashville for a little while and got the hell out of there, and boom, now I'm here and you know, just chilling right now. Who is your favorite artist for now? Dennis is saying. That's a good question, man. I don't really know who that is. Man, I'm so busy right now. I don't have time to focus on that. But hey, man, you know, modern artists, man, I don't know. Yeah, Prince's is the original hot chicken, and we went by one of the locations of Prince's, not the original one, but we went by one the other day. So, yeah, Dennis, I mean, who would I like now? Modern artists? I don't know, man. I can't honestly say I like any that much. But as far as Nashville stuff, you know, and look, man, in the tour of Nashville Music Row, I basically broke it down for anybody that's looking to try to make it in Nashville. All the answers to try to make it is right on these two streets, right? So, you eat at but one restaurant in this whole town. Which one is that, Rhonda? Let me know which one it is. I know Rhonda is picky about food, and I get it, man. So, man, yeah, having a little tea, talking about Music City, and you know, this area right here is not wild like downtown. We got a little bit of people coming and going. Here's the deal: Bonnaroo was canceled this weekend. The big festival, right? So a lot of the Bonnaroo people, some of them are staying at the hotel and partying up at the pool right now. George, what's happening, brother? So we've got our moderators here. We've got 31 people in here. Let's get those thumbs up. And you know what? We got some people walking down the street. We got a little bit of movement here. And you know, if there's any question, just a Mexican restaurant in my neighborhood called Five Agaves. I think I've had Five Agaves. Five Agaves is good. Earl. So Earl mentioned Groon's Guitars. I did get to go to Groon's. And I did film a little bit in Groon's. And I ran into a buddy down at Groon's and got a little bit of footage there at Groon's. And I'll tell you more about the trip to Groon's. But it was a really interesting conversation I had with the girl at the front desk who was a fan of the channel. And so I talk about that in one of my, you know, videos. I shot a bunch of videos here at the hotel. And yeah, here's the deal. So people are asking, why was Bonnaroo canceled? Well, they had a torrential downpour the other day. And the new campsites at Bonnaroo got flooded, like brutally flooded. And so they basically had to get all of the people with flooded campsites out of there, canceled the whole weekend. They said you'd get 75% of a refund, right? Because they had 1 day of Bonnaroo. And then the people whose campsites were flooded, they got taken out of there first. The people who still had campsites that were safe were basically had to wait until they could evacuate them out of there. Steve, what's happening? So, yeah, man, so they canceled it. I mean, so I think you've got a lot of Bonnaroo people here. It is, Mike H. It's essentially like that, camping for 3 days. So, you know, when I was coming out here, there was like 4 or 5 girls getting on the elevator to go up to the rooftop pool. And they said, well, if Bonnaroo's canceled, we can at least go up to the pool. So that's what's happening with that. There's a bunch of people in town from Bonnaroo, which has made the town very busy. Downtown is wild, man. It's absolutely crazy, and I don't think I'd have good enough signal to broadcast down there. So that's the deal. But yeah, man. It's a unique situation when a huge festival like that. Hello, CC, glad to have you here. Yeah, look, man, I like, my idea of camping is a Motel 6, right? I don't have any interest in going and eating tofu and Milwaukee's Beast and being in a dirty field. I don't have any desire to deal with that. But Joff, how you doing, brother? Oh, you're going to see Steven Adler tonight. All right. So we've got Foxy Rocks is playing on that bill tonight. We've had Foxy Rocks on the channel. So yeah, that's going to be a good show tonight, man. And it's still early out in California, so it's what, like 4 o'clock? So that's going to be a great show, man, at the Whiskey tonight. But man, we've been going and going on this trip. And so, man, I'm be thankful to get back home tomorrow. Just because, you know, you just got to get back to your routine. You got to, you know, get to work. George says you're going to be able to broadcast from anywhere in the world soon. Well, I mean, I would say that I can broadcast from anywhere in the world right now, right? But, you know, and here's the deal. This is maybe, you know, this is kind of cool. Sony, ASCAP. CC, my dad is doing good. We took him to lunch yesterday. We brought him a Father's Day gift today, and we fixed his watch. So he has a watch that, he can call people on. So in case, he has a problem or whatever. So that's the deal. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this is a haircut, Mike. This is actually a haircut. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I will, CC. Um, Here's the deal. I had to get a corrective cut. If y'all didn't notice before, my hair was like this length here and this length here before. So I went and got a complete corrective cut, and now my hair looks fuller because it's been chopped and styled a little bit. But man, there was a ton of hair on the floor. It was, Rhonda, it was corrective. She literally said, okay, this is a corrective styling because it was screwed up bad. It lays much better now. It looks better. I mean, I've been through hell today. So I didn't get a chance to take a shower or really do anything before this, but yeah. So they've got a question. Tammy's asking, was your dad a guitar guy too? Is that where you got your talent? Tammy, my dad did not play guitar, but he did. I think he played a little bit of trumpet or something when he was a kid. But my great grandfather played a little guitar. But here's the deal. My great grandmother played amazing piano. Just put the sheet music, put whatever song. She had a stack of sheet music like that, and you pull something out and put it in front of her, and she up and down the keys. So she was the best musician in the family. Now I don't know if you wouldn't be able to hire her for a gig. I don't know if she'd be able to pick songs out by ear and stuff like people do now. But she was incredible, man. I mean, just literally reading stuff. Did Foo get a new amp? What did he order? What did you get, Foo? I got Cacti as a gift for Dad's Day. Might still get an EQ pedal. Paul, I hear you, brother. Look, man, sometimes you got to cut your hair for jobs and stuff like that. I get it, man. I've chopped my hair off many times and grown it back out. It's just sometimes what you have to do, man. Certain groups might not want, even if you're playing music, some groups might not want you to have long hair. So, hey, Paul, I get it, man, and I hope you find something awesome. Dan, Ace is at boarding right now. So, we will pick him up on Monday. You're going to have to make a trip back to Nashville regularly now to get haircuts and see your dad. Yeah, well, we're hoping to get back here in the next few months. So, Foo is likely getting a Marshall head. Can't decide. Paralysis by analysis. Foo, why not one of the studio series? Everybody seems to love those. They're 20 watts. You can crank them up, get lots of different tones. So yeah, I don't know. That's probably what I would get in these modern times. You can crank it up enough to get some decent sounds and not destroy the household. That's probably what I would get. Although, if you're trying to save money, people seem to like the Origin series a lot. But I digress. So we're just hanging here. SC20 head. Yeah, that's is that the super lead one? I think that's that would be a good one, man. Yeah, here's the deal, man. Getting your hair cut is what Ace is going to be mad at you guys. He's not going to be mad, dude. He is going to be so elated when I pick him up on Monday. I get it, Foo. I get it. Hey, look, man. If it were me, I'd buy a Friedman. But that's just me, Foo. I would buy the Friedman, but that's just me. You didn't hear it from me. Nothing against Marshall or anybody else, but I would buy a Friedman. That's what I would get. I would get one of those Friedman JJ Jr. or the Friedman Jakey Lee or something like that, or even the Friedman I would get the Friedman, which one is it? Runt? Friedman Runt, dude. Check that out. It's affordable. It's well made. I think it's even got a direct out. That would be my choice. Red knows what I'm talking about. Friedman Runt, dude. FMP, get the Runt, dude. Dude, get the Runt, bro. Get the Runt, dude. Get the Runt, bro. Dude just stole a scooter. No, I don't think so, man. I think that's one of the valets. That's one of the valets. So what's up, Robert B? How you doing, brother? We're broadcasting live from Music Row in Nashville, everybody. Let's get the thumbs up. Let's get this thing rocking, man. Friedman Runt 20 head. Yes, that's, or the 50. Or the 50, Red. Legacy brands are legacy price, but I tend to agree with you, JC. But I don't want to just, look, man, here's the deal. You could get the Friedman and still want the Marshall. Get the 50 for headroom. Yeah, exactly. More clean headroom. But I digress, right? I mean, if you're playing gigs, man, you know, a 50. If I'd known you was gonna do this, I would have photobombed you. Hayes. Yeah, man. Here's the deal, man. I didn't tell anybody really that I was in town. I did meet through my wife. You know, I had met with Michael Fair and his wife, and had dinner yesterday, but I didn't try. Thank you, Hayes. Thank you. I didn't try to hook up with everybody, or I thought about I could call a couple friends and we could do this live thing together, but man, you know what? We're leaving early in the morning, and this has been an in and out trip, and the main purpose was to see my dad, and everything else was just a bonus. Getting to do anything else was a bonus. I did walk in 2 guitar shops. Well, there you go, FMP. If you got it, flaunt it, bro. Flaunt it. But make sure you use my Sweetwater link, FMP. Always use my Sweetwater link, everybody. An Amazon link for anybody that orders stuff. Thank you, Robert. He is actually doing pretty good. He's actually doing pretty good, man. And we spent a lot of time with him, 3 days. I think today he was ready for us to leave. Red, I hear you. Red, I used to have so many amps, dude. I'm now down to 3 amps. I don't even, hey, Chris, what's happening? Happy Sunday from the future. Chris, where are you, brother? Where are you? Let me know. And let's get those thumbs up, man. We're broadcasting live from Music Row. This is where the music happens in Nashville. Thank you, Mediocre. I appreciate it. This Australia, right? Australian, mate. Well, it's great to have you here, man. It's Saturday. It's early Saturday Eve here. Sold that. I hear you, Red. I love those JCM 800s, though. That was my choice on the road. Was 2 JCM 800s and 2 412 Marshall cabs. That was my back line if we had to do a fly date. And let me tell you something. That was probably some of the best sounding. Whenever I had that rig, that was probably even though I had a killer rack and I had a killer a bunch of killer heads and stuff in it. I generally only ran 1 cab and in mono when we would play with our own gear. But when I'd be on the road doing a fly date, I plug into both JCM 800s and run them a stereo delay. When I kick in my solos, the stereo delay comes in and the guitar's swimming all over the stage. It sounded friggin' amazing, dude. So that's the deal, man. We're here where every damn amp seems just right. I am overwrought with, I got a bug landing on me. Man, I don't know, man. I got a bug on me, man. So that's the deal. I wonder. I recently saw some videos of Hollywood Rose and LA Guns with Axl Rose singing. It wasn't great footage, still cool to know that was the beginning. Yeah, man. Yeah, Dwayne. Every band's no. I'm right here, dude. Eric, I'm right here on Music Row, but we're leaving in the morning. I had to pop in. I had to pop into town to see my dad. But yeah, I am right here, dude. Sony, ASCAP. So yeah. Chris has got the 50-watt master volume from the late 70s. Oh, those are awesome, dude. Those are awesome. What kind of personality is your father, would you say? He's full of piss and vinegar, as they'd say. He's a man full of piss and vinegar. He takes no nonsense. Will do Guitar Red. We wished him happy Father's Day today, and we're leaving early in the morning. And yeah, well, Eric, I texted Eric on Friday and said, hey, where are you playing at this weekend? I was going to come surprise Eric on one of his, upscale gigs here in town. But then he was off this weekend, so that didn't happen. And honestly, man, we barely made it here. We barely made it here for me to get to do this right now. Because, man, bouncing back and forth, we got stuck in traffic, and Mia had an accident, and, all this, it's always something, dude. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I was gonna crash one of Eric Blue's gigs. I was just gonna show up and be like, dude. Oh man, so that dude just walked by. Dude, he is blazing the skunkiest aroma of all time, dude. It is literally, it's like a skunk, just a smoky skunk, just tap danced off into the sunset. Dude in a tie-dye. See you, Chris. Dude in a tie-dye just walked by, blazing. I saw all of a sudden dude, I could still smell that, dude. That thing was, ooh. He said that dude was Perry Farrell. He smelled like Pepe Le Pew is what it smelled like, dude. That was some skunk, dude. What did Rhonda? He must be on his way to my place. Ha ha ha. That was Pineapple, dude. Pineapple came up with the name, dude. K-Dog, it's not legal, but they have all of these smoke shops here where you can get the stuff. I mean, it's like the real thing, dude. You can get stuff, and yeah, it's probably that Delta 8 or Delta 9 or whatever, or THCA or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm sure it gets the job done, right? I'm sure it probably does. It's the legal stuff, Hayes. Yeah, and look, man. See you, Mike H. Thanks for being here, brother. Look, man. If that's all you can get, yeah. So there you go, Cal Jam. So Rhonda says she is totally breaking the law. It's fine, man. If that's what you want to do, you don't need to, you don't have to, break the law. You can just go into one of those stores and do what you need to do, right? That's the reality of this. But man, it's good to be back, but it's crazy here. It's crazy here, man. It's downtown is insanity, dude. It's absolutely insane. Hey Rhonda, it's Shemp. It's Shemp. Yeah, okay, so let's say Curly is the real deal, right? And the stuff in the stores here is Shemp. And if you get the reference, Shemp, dude. Now look, I will attest that Shemp right? It's not hemp, it's Shemp, dude. I will attest. I think, and this is a hot take tonight. I think that Shemp is second after Curly as far as Three Stooges go. I'm content with a Three Stooges with Shemp. A Three Stooges episode with Shemp. I'm cool with it. I will rather watch Curly, but I'm cool. I'm cool if it's Shemp. He had some decent moments. Shemp was good, but what was it? Curly? What was that? Curly Joe or whatever? Not good. Yeah, some of the other ones. Joe Besser. I didn't really like Joe Besser that much. Yeah, I didn't. I can't really watch those, but I can still watch Curly Joe. Yeah, I can pretty much give me Shemp or Curly, and I'm good. His wig was always swinging. Yeah, Shemp always had the bangs and yeah, he was the older brother. Yeah. So wow, Curly was tried for a triple. Wow, that's crazy. I got to read up on that, man. I did not know that. Shemp and Curly, dude. It's all about Shemp and Curly. Does being in Nashville give you the itch to play again? Here's what's funny, man. Here's some funny shit. So everybody was telling me last night that Billy Sheehan and Phil X were playing last night down at John Bon Jovi's. Oh, good, get down to John Bon Jovi's. Well, I knew that's not going to happen. My wife's not going to let me go down to John Bon Jovi's. She'll say, who are you seeing? Phil X and Billy Sheehan. Who is that? Who is that? Why are we doing that? So I didn't go last night to see Phil X. But as we were driving through the Gulch today to go to Publix to get my dad, something for Father's Day, who do I see walking down the Gulch? I see Phil X with his long hair and his goatee. And then later on, I saw a picture of them playing the night before. Phil X was walking down the street in the same clothes that he wore at the show last night. So what do you think? Did Phil X have a good time last night and leave some hotel room with some babe? And I don't know. Or look, maybe not. Look, he's probably married and has kids. I don't know. And I don't want to put anybody's business. But I was like, I told my wife, I go, that's Phil X. That's Phil X. And so he did. So, dude, he was walking down the street, and it was the exact same shirt. Now, if you see the footage of him playing last night, he had a shirt with a circle on it with some letters on it and stuff like that. And he was wearing the same clothes, dude. And everybody knows that area, there's a bunch of hotels and stuff right there. It is also, the Gulch was jumping, man. So saw Phil X, right? Then we went, my wife loves to eat at Miranda Lambert's. My wife loves Miranda Lambert. So we won't go see Phil X and Billy Sheehan, but if she wants to go down to Miranda Lambert's and have tacos and get a t-shirt, that's gonna happen, right? So we go down there, and I'm like, hey, I gotta go live. We need to get back. And she goes, I want to go upstairs. So we go upstairs, and there's a band playing. And I'm going, they're okay, they're good. And then I realized the guitar player I met when he first moved to town back in 2013 or so, about 2013. His name was Brandon. Now I'll probably post some footage from this later, but this is weird how stuff like that happens. I met him when he first came to town. I let him sit in on my guitar and play What's Going On or something like that with the BB King All-Stars, right? And there he is playing at Miranda Lambert's upstairs at the roof. And I said to my wife, I said, well, first of all, it's cool that he's playing a gig and he's still doing it. But the thing was, I told my wife, I go, but dude, it's 10 years later, and I mean, he's playing a gig, but you think he's a young guy, musical circle of life. He's a young guy. You would think that he would have been out with some major act, but you know what? A gig's a gig, and it's what we all do. He probably played some road gigs, came back home. He sounded great. It just is what it is. So Slowfinger says Phil doesn't drink or do drum. Met him several times in the hometown with a few mutual. Cool, Slow, very cool. Yeah, I don't think Phil was partying last night, but who knows where he crashed last night? Or look, man, maybe he travels light. When I was on the road, dude, I would pass out in my stage clothes and my beard and my hair, and pass out in my bunk drunk. They would wake me up at 7 a.m. to do some television show in some podunk small, town, and I'd roll out of my bunk, still half cocked, and wearing the same clothes from the show, and just go in there and play the 2 songs, and then get back in the bus and go back to sleep. So I've done this. I've done the same thing, rocking the same clothes. Now we're starting to get a little bit of drizzle. So we might take this party inside. Let's see what we got. See if we can get in this door here. No, that door's locked. We'll go in the other way. Maintain the what? Or maybe we can. Yeah, everybody's bailing because it's getting ready to dump. We're gonna go into the hotel here. Yeah, this is. You're welcome. Check this out. Explodo guitars, dude. So there's this little quiet area right here. Seems like nobody knows about, right? And we got Willie here. It's a really strong echo, but we'll go ahead and we can do the last half right here. Held the door, bro. Hey, man, you gotta be a gentleman, bro. What's happening, man? Willie and Trigger, yes. Willie and Trigger, bro. And who do we got over here? We got, is that Emmy Lou Harris? Yeah, Emmy Lou Harris with a cock, dude. And it's the killer, dude. It's the killer, bro. So that's what's cooking in this room. This is just kind of a little quiet little hallway, man. But we'll broadcast from here now that the rain's about to hit. Steve says Willie is in the hospital. Yeah, man. We're here and getting up early in the morning, and we're back. We're headed back to Florida. Watching this on my wife's account too. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, man. If we can get the thumbs up, that would be amazing. I'm missing some of the chat because, having to move and all that. And man, I wonder if we could. Here's the deal: if I get in the elevator, that's probably gonna shoot the footage in the you know what. But I wonder if we can traipse around a little bit. Let's see if we can traipse, bro. We don't want to get the tunage is gonna. There's nothing this way. Maybe the tunage, the tunage is gonna blow us up. So there's no stairway to really do this. This is the best spot, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's about it. If I get in the elevator, and try to take us up to the pool. One, they're gonna have background music going. That's gonna blow the feed up. And then the elevator's gonna shut down the Wi-Fi, probably, would be my guess. But we got 60 people in here, man. FMP, sir, please don't project your shortcomings on me, sire. Please, sir, please don't do me like that, sir. Please, Lord Jesus. Hank the Hillbilly, glad to have you here. I need to record picking up Ace. Oh, he'll go next time, Eric. Yes, next time, bro. That's why you should have known when I said, "Hey, man, you playing this weekend?" I was gonna just show up, dude, and like request Freebird or something, right? I would have put on a disguise. I would have put on a disguise. Woodworking of Oak Hill, what's happening, brother? How you doing, man? Glad to have you here. We're broadcasting from the Virgin in Music Row. Yeah, Eric, that's your hint, dude. Because I'm not one of those people that's gonna be like, oh, I'm coming to town. I didn't post nothing on Facebook. We're here to see my dad, and that was it. Not here to play any gigs or, eat figs. We weren't here to play gigs or eat figs or dance any jigs. We're just here to, Dan, I'm not gonna divulge that, sir. Sir, I cannot, the hotel is called Sturgeon, sir, after the fish, sir. The Sturgeon Hotel, sire. So that's the deal, man. We're chilling here, and I'm at the Sturgeon, sir. I'm seeing my surgeon, I said. No, I'm at the surgeon, sir. I'm getting some corrective surgery tonight, sir. And I will be flying back after my surgery, sir. Happy Father's Day. Curious to know how your dad was when you... Well, here's the deal, Shane. Here's the deal. My dad and me were the ones that drove out to California in my little pickup truck. Drove 3,000 miles across country in a piece of junk to go out west. So he was cool with it. I don't need it. FMP, I don't be needing that kind of notoriety, sire. I'm not trying to fool with all that nonsense, sir. I don't need that. So that's the deal, sir. I don't need that kind of tomfoolery, sir. So that's the deal, man. We're chilling here. We're out of here very early in the morning. So, man, it's been a good trip. It's good to be back. I would open the Sturgeon Hotel in Podunk, sir. Yes, indeed, JC. Sturgeon are the fish that provide caviar, alluding to opulence. Sir, opulence is my middle name. If y'all didn't know, it's bad opulence Brad. I'm the opulent one, sir. Yes, thank you, Paul. We're gonna have a safe trip. Tomorrow is Father's Day. I've been trying to milk that. But here's the deal, man. And I've said this in one of the videos that's gonna come out, man. I'm gonna salute all the dads out there, because here's the deal, man. If something's broken in the house, it's the dad that usually gets screamed at to fix it. Here's the deal. If there's a rodent in the house, it's the dad that's got to fix it. Here's the deal. If there's some trauma or drama, it's always the dad who has to fix it. And I made a joke with my wife because, it seems like, and look, I know when my dad was, when I was young, and my dad's always got a tie for Father's Day. Everybody knows no man wants a damn tie. Ain't nobody want no damn tie. I don't care if you gotta wear a suit 5, 6, 7 days a week. Nobody wants no damn tie, fool. Now I'm gonna kick back here and hold this apparatus so I can be relaxed while I pontificate to you youngins out there. Let me tell you something. My wife the other day said, she did one of those posts where you ask a question that's gonna get a lot of responses. And she said, what do fathers want for Christmas? I mean, for Father's Day. And, people like, a foot rub. I know damn well I ain't getting no foot rub. That ain't even gonna happen, Captain. I could be laying on the ground with my feet bleeding, right? I ain't getting no foot rub. That ain't gonna happen, Captain, right? So why not give me something to help my feet? Give me some of them guitar foot pedals, right? Give me something I can put under my foot, step on it, and make some luscious sounds, right? Give me something I can step on and blast me off into the cretinous ether, right? Some golden tones produced, right? Now, here's the deal. There's an echo out in here. Is the sound terrible in here or what? How is it? Dave says he pays for foot rubs. Man, a foot would just be part of the thing. The real deal is, dude, it's like, man, I need like about a week of massages, like a week to just get back to normal. But here's the deal. It's just echo. It's not too bad. Okay, as long as you guys can hear it, it's as long as you guys can understand what I'm saying. Well, Dave, see, that's the thing, man. Before I got married, dude, I would go get massages. I would go in there. I'd pay for 90 minutes, especially when I was playing down at BB King's, and I was playing 5 nights a week, and I was beating myself up, dude. I'd go in there, and I'd go in and get a 90 minutes. Sometimes I'd get the forehand thing where you get, they'd walk on your back, the whole thing, dude. But you get married, that stuff gets cut off, man. Dr. Starr, brother, thank you for being here. And I'll tell you something cool. Dr. Starr, he took one of the intros from one of my videos and sang over top of it. That was really cool, dude. That was really cool, man. I enjoyed that. He took one of the Hendrix kind of Hear My Train coming riffs and did a little improv over top of it, and that was cool. There you go. Robert, I'm with you. 60 years old. Look, man, if I don't, for my 60th birthday, I might treat myself to maybe a gold top. Here's the deal. I would love a Les Paul custom, right? But, man, those things are like $5,000, dude. That's not gonna happen. But maybe a gold top. Maybe I could get a gold top for, $2,700. So here's the deal. Maybe I'll start saving now. And when I turn 60, if I don't get that gold watch, kind of like birthday thing, I'll get myself a gold top. Hell, dude, nobody would have thought I would have made it to 60 years old. So, hey, Bo, I hear you, bro. On my 60th, I got me a new truck. Now, slow. Here's the deal, dude. I wanted to get a truck, right? That's the vehicle I wanted to get. But my wife didn't want to ride in a truck. So I had to get the SUV kind of thing. But what I wanted was a big truck with jacked up tires and all of that stuff, all that manly stuff. I wanted to get out of there, truck with my long hair and grow my beard back and look like an animal again. Yeah, the wife wanted me to be civilized. You're way too civilized. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Loss of control. So don't worry about retiring. Robots will take over. Hey, Bo, robots are already taking over, bro. It's already here, dude. Here's the other thing, man. We just went in. We went in Miranda's today, and we saw two bands. One band had the guy downstairs. Everything was a Kemper on a pedal board. Shane is voting for the beard to come back. Here's Jerry Navarro. Drink that tea, dude. I'm getting amped on tea, bro. I'm totally amped. Look, dude, I've drained the tea. Jerry Navarro is here, and he is an amazing bass player, an amazing musician. Jerry's the kind of guy that you could play anything, and he's going to hear the changes going by. He knows, and he knows tons of jazz, right? So Jerry can play probably any song in the real book. He's an amazing player, and Jerry Navarro used to work with the music mafia with Big and Rich and all those guys. So I want to get Jerry on the channel one time. You guys would love it if maybe me and Jerry need to just go live one of these times when he's up for it. I know. Look, man, you almost got a detox from being in Nashville. I'm back. I'm here now. Keep wearing the long wig, dude. I am rocking the wig. See that wig? I am rocking it, dude. I'm docking and rocking my wig, bro. The tea. I don't even drink booze anymore, dude. So look, man, I stopped, and now it's almost like, well, why don't I just not do it then? It's almost like a thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, look, man, it was a corrective haircut. My hair is now gonna grow nice and even. John, thank you so much. Hey, John, it's been great. Thank you so much. I'm trying to hit the like button on the heart thing. It's not letting me do it. There we go. It's been great, John. And here's the deal, man. Lots of cool footage coming from the Nashville trip. I tried to film whenever I could. I'll try to put together a whole little blog about the trip. And I did a whole walk of Music Row where I talk about the different places and, historic studios and stuff like that, and some of my experiences down there, and give a blueprint if for some young kid coming down here. Thank you, Shepard. Thank you, Shepard. I appreciate it. If you want to come to Music Row, man, you want to come down here and try to make it in Nashville, then you need to dominate this whole area, dude. You need to know everybody on Music Row, know all the studios. You need to network your ass off on this street. If you do that, man, the sky's the limit. There's so much stuff that takes off down here. You got the studios, you got the publishing, you got the record labels. So yeah, those videos are going to be cool. They're going to be coming up on the channel. Yeah, blue sky, that is a great thing. I could definitely write off that haircut. I could definitely do that, man. And I usually, man, I write off so much stuff that I don't even worry about haircuts. I don't even worry about that, man. So, that's the deal. Yeah, do every favor you can. JC has got it, man. Look, man, you help people out. You don't be a pushover, right? But you help enough people down here. You look, man, if somebody needs help moving, you be that guy. If somebody needs, Dave says right off a foot rub. If you need, look, man, it's like, oh, Pamela, thank you so much. I'm so glad to see Pamela here for a live episode. Man, thank you, Pamela. Pamela, we're here in Music Row. Jerry, it's wild here. We've lived such a slower pace out of Nashville, and now being back here in Nashville, and everything's and tons of people and madness and craziness. It's like I had to get back into my city mentality. That's Dan. That's it, man. When the chips are down, man. How many times have you heard the same horrible songs played? Well, Bo, here's the deal, man. That is cool, woodworking. Now that is cool. Man, I'll tell you what songs I've heard played. I heard In the Air Tonight. I heard Sex is on Fire by whatever that band is. I heard Uptown Funk. And what else did I hear? I heard a Bryan Adams song. That's the only, thank you, Frankincense, thank you. I have not heard Living on a Prayer, but look, dude, we went down there, we went where we wanted to go, had dinner, heard the band for 5 minutes, and then got the hell out of there. P-Funk. So we didn't spend a ton of time in downtown Nashville, and I'm sure if I'd stayed down there, I would have heard those songs. But we got in and out. We had to, man. You know, I had to get back to do this. And as it was, dude, with dealing with the parking garages and the traffic and all that, I barely got down here with 20 minutes to spare. So John, thank you so much. Oh, dude. So John, there is tons of changes. There's still tons of cranes. I did a whole walk down Music Row. It's changed so much, I almost didn't recognize. It's like my favorite bar back in the day, Red Door Saloon, is now surrounded by giant condos. It makes you wonder, when are the condos just gonna eat every cool little dive joint? Eventually those dive joints are gonna get bought up, and that's gonna be it. Same with Music Row. A lot of old Music Row is still there, but a lot of it's also gone. So, you know, it's interesting to be here. And let me see if I got both parts of his question. I did see Michael Fair and his wife came. My wife talks to his wife all the time, and so they came and had lunch with us yesterday. But that's it. And I did on my video to Tony Nagy at Groon Guitars. So I got a brief clip of me and him. And but other than that, man, that's it. And I thought the other night when I was walking out of the hotel, I heard somebody yelling my name, but I looked and I didn't recognize it. Probably somebody I knew from the past and just forgot. So here I is. So yeah, man, it's changed so much, dude. It continues to grow and get crazy. Wow, that is so sad, Jerry. Yeah, man, it's changed. Look, dude, they're building all this expensive stuff. I'm like, who in the hell is buying this stuff, dude? Who has the money to buy a $500,000, 700 square foot, you know, one room studio? Who has the money and would spend that much for that? It's crazy. John, thank you so much. Yeah, we are doing good, man. We're doing good. It's been a great trip. Thank you so much, John. That rocks, man. It all helps. Because, man, let me tell you something, dude. Coming up here for 3 days is brutally expensive, man. You know, I had to get up here and see my dad. It's been a year. They did, P-Funk. Look, the spirit of Music Row is still here. And you'll see in the video that I'm gonna put out, it's a 40-minute video of me just walking and talking about Music Row, and I'll walk the whole thing. It showed the buildings, and showed where Elvis recorded Heartbreak Hotel and all of that stuff. And it's changed a lot, but there's still bits and pieces of the old Music Row there. It's a different spirit now. but some of the old stuff is still there. Some of it is still there. And hopefully the studios that are still here now will stay. Hopefully they'll still record music the old-fashioned way. Even though a lot of the modern country, it sounds like laptop music to me. That is it's cheaper to record an album. Yeah, Chris Michael J, thank you, brother. You're gonna love that video. It's just candid, me with this selfie stick kind of like contraption, walking the street. I had just eaten a giant smash burger before I did it, so I'm like winded and sweating profusely with the meat sweats. But I tried to show all of the iconic studios and record labels and show you, a lot of what you'll see. And you know what's funny? Tim Avon, fellow YouTuber, I saw a billboard plastered on the side of a building, and his group, Janko or Javanko or whatever his group is that he plays with. I was like, wow, man, he's, to be on one of those things. All of these companies out here, they advertise their success on the building. Let's see. Gabby, happy Father's Day and safe travels to you and the fam, Brad. Glad you were visiting your father. So sorry to hear that history music now is being destroyed. It is sad, man, because some of those, I'm glad that RCA is still there. And look, I made my wife and my daughter walk down the street. You know what? Let's see if we can do this now. I wonder if this thing cuts off, if the feed cuts off, then we're done for the night. Oh, it's raining. It's raining, dude. It's totally raining out there. Yeah, it's raining. Otherwise, I was gonna go, you know what? Screw it. We're at the end of the video. I'm gonna walk down to RCA and show you. But I was telling my wife, right? I was telling my wife and my daughter at the huge RCA office, huge RCA building. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? RCA had some other artists. I said, you know who built this building? You know who paid for that giant building? Thank you so much, John. You are amazing. You are amazing. You know who built and paid for that RCA giant building? Elvis Presley paid for that. I said, you know who the #1 artist for RCA was all those years? It was Elvis. And you know who was the #1 selling artist for at least 2 decades? Was Elvis, right? So and then you know how many albums RCA put out of Elvis, right? Jimmy, thank you so much, brother. I'm gonna do this for Jimmy. There you go, Jimmy. So Jimmy likes it when I do that. Dude, that whole building, because let me tell you something, man. When I was a kid, dude, I had a stack of Elvis records like that, and none of them were repeats. And every time I would get $8, right? Every time I would get $8, I would go buy another Elvis record, hoping that this new one was gonna rock. I was hoping that it was gonna rock, right? Jimmy, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. And Elvis never really returned to his early sound. I always hoped that Elvis would have gotten back to his early sound or captured the fire, that he recaptured his fire from the 50s. And there were glimpses of it. There were glimpses of it in the '68 comeback special, but he never got that edge back. They killed the edge, dude. They took the edge and they threw him in the army and put him in a bunch of crappy films, and they killed the rock and roll spirit. They worked him to death. So, but I made my wife and my daughter go down there. I said, see this? See this giant building? Because that giant building was a small building at one point in time. And Studio B was first, right? And then they built the bigger studio after they had all that success. So, yeah, man, getting to be here, it's surreal. It's surreal being here in Nashville and coming back to a place. Here's the deal, man. I never planned on leaving Nashville. I never planned on leaving because where else can you play guitar and, you know, do what I do and have all the connections and the people and the musicians and stuff? I can't make Nashville money where I live. I get, you know, offers to play for $100 or $150, and I just get a panic attack thinking about having to learn 40 songs for $100. I don't want to do it, man. I'm not gonna go backwards, right? So maybe that's why I work so hard on this channel, to try to build up something that I can just be wherever I want. You can't, is exactly right, Jerry. And it's, you know, it's a behemoth, but here, dude, seeing that kid that I met 10 years ago, and I'm playing at B.B. King's, and now he's playing at Miranda Lambert's. John, thank you so much. Florida is great. I love, you know, being in Florida, and it's a different experience. And look, being here in Nashville and being older, the calls to do the cool stuff start to go away. And so doing something different, you know, it's just, you know, doing something different is necessary. You can't do the same thing over again. It's better for us, I think. Although, man, you know, my wife seems to think, oh, the food and the shopping's better in Florida. I don't think so, man. They're building Nashville up to be some giant centralized metropolis, you know, and the growth here, it's out of control. But it's still more music here. But like I said, seeing that kid who I met 10 years ago and I'm playing in a bar, and he's coming to town, and there he is 10 years later playing in the third floor of some bar and working for tips and all that. And I'd hoped that a kid like that I'd see playing on an arena stage, you know. So it's a grind, man. It's the Nashville grind, and you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Jackson is about halfway from Nashville and Memphis. So we're in overtime, man. And I got to go upstairs and check on the fam. I want to thank everybody for making this an awesome live from Nashville. Hollywood is moving out to here to Atlanta. Yeah, there's been a lot of films filming in Atlanta. So Red says he knows a lot of people moving to Georgia. Is that Georgia? Yeah, they may be. Cheers, frankincense, man. Look, there's tons of cool stuff. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. So, hey, Dave, Paul, I'm gonna be flying tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna make the live broadcast tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So you guys are in charge tomorrow. I'm gonna put out tomorrow the full interview with my buddy Mike Radofsky. It's all about how to make money selling your music for film and TV work. It's a very informative episode, and everybody should watch it if you want another income stream. And look, I know you do. If you've got music, if you've got stuff recorded that sounds amazing, or if you're just curious how you get stuff on film and TV, watch this video tomorrow morning. I'm gonna set up the video after this. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna set it up to go live tomorrow, right? And I'm gonna text. Thank you, John. That is incredible, dude. Dude, that is amazing. John, thank you so much. You guys are just been amazing tonight. It's absolutely amazing. A salute to John. Everybody give a thumbs up for John. That is amazing. Here's the deal, man. Watch this video tomorrow. I'm gonna text Mike Radofsky. I'm gonna try to get him to join the chat tomorrow. Now, Mike's not the most technologically advanced dude, but I'm gonna try to get him to join you guys in the chat tomorrow. So if you have questions about film and TV, and there's also gonna be a link to Mike's SoundCloud, you can reach out to Mike. And look, Mike is always looking for people to collaborate with, getting film and TV work. He's looking for singers, bass players, guitar players, whatever, glockenspiel, whatever it is. John, thank you again. You've been a huge help tonight. This helps, man. That is a huge thing, man, and very much appreciated. Everybody give the 2 thumbs up and the double victory and peace signs, dude. Victory and peace. Because Dave, you're a handsome man, brother. And here's the deal. So Dave and Paul are in charge tomorrow morning. And if I can, I will try and join. Hey, look, I might be joining you tomorrow in the premiere from the airport. If I can, I will. If I can't, I won't. But because we're going to be traipsing through the airport and doing all of that. Rhonda's saying, rut row. See you soon. Tell the wife I got 100 in the lobby. You know how much I could. Yeah, if I'd have been able to broadcast. But here's the deal, man. I don't think that I'd be able to get a signal downtown when there's all of those people downtown. Traipse. I don't think I would have been able to broadcast and get a signal that would have been solid. So thank you. Yes, Leah, if you're there, Rhonda, Paul, Dave, you guys are both in charge. Thank you, everybody. This has been an amazing night. Thank you for a great trip. And look, man, I'm going to periodically do these lives from different places. Stop and sit in with the airport band. Here's what I was thinking, man. I was going to walk in somewhere and see Michael Fair or somebody playing in the airport and get up and do a tune. But here's the deal, man. I'm happy sitting on the bench as far as the live stuff goes. And yes, we're going to have a safe trip. Thank you so much, John. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. I'm out of here. I got to go check on the fam. Everybody have an amazing night. Jimmy Ray, thank you for being here, brother. Peace to everybody. Have a great night. And next time I see you, I'll be back in the Florida country. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.